impossible to besiege. I remember the rope. The hemp knew my name before tomorrow did. Gravity negotiated like an accomplished attorney, arguing that absence was statistically preferable to another sunrise. Then I stepped down. I'm what happens when you don't kick the fucking chair. Listen carefully. I'm not bringing comfort. Comfort never survived long enough to become my native language. It doesn't get easier. The equations become larger, the weights become denser, the questions become more anatomically precise. You'll be entrusted with something so impossibly beautiful that language will become an insufficient technology. For a season, you'll mistake borrowed peace for permanent geography. You'll laugh without checking over your shoulder. You'll believe history finally exhausted its appetite for you. Then everything begins, remembering how to collapse, not randomly, systematically. Failure possesses architectural intelligence. One fracture discovers another. Entire foundations confess they were performing stability, never containing it. People you considered load-bearing walls become memorials, heroes become past tense. Phone numbers become archaeological artifacts. Entire conversations continue existing without their speaker. That's when you discover grief isn't an emotion, it's an atmosphere. You don't walk through it, you breathe it. I spent years believing endurance meant becoming untouchable. I was wrong, endurance doesn't eliminate pain. It recalibrates what pain has permission to destroy. Every unanswered prayer added another layer to the foundation. Every betrayal hardened structural integrity. Every funeral expanded the chambers inside my soul where compassion could continue living. I became difficult to discourage, not because life improved, because surrender stopped making sense. I've wondered why the deepest wounds always seem to arrive through the people I love most. Maybe darkness understands what every strategist knows. If the fortress cannot be breached, the supply lines become the objective. If conviction refuses negotiation, affection becomes the battlefield. Maybe that's why love costs so much. Not because it was weakness, because it was worth attacking. So hear me, younger me, don't measure your future by how much it hurts. Measure it by what survives the hurting. You'll lose people you thought would bury you instead. They'll become the reason you keep carrying everyone else. You'll outlive versions of yourself you never imagined could disappear. You'll become less fragile than your fear predicted, more compassionate than your anger allowed, more dangerous to despair than your suffering ever calculated. I don't stand before you wearing a crown. I stand here, covered in dust, repairing walls that still get shelled from time to time, but they're standing, so am I. The rope promised certainty, waiting, deliver transformation, not into a man who never broke, into a man who kept building every single time the world mistook collapse for conclusion. I'm what happens when you don't kick the fucking chair. Not invincible, not untouched, not unscarred, just impossible to besiege.